Hello, I'm Dan Cheek, broker-owner of Century 21 Winter Park Real Estate, back with another edition of Channel 17 Mountain TV's Local Scoop. You know, it didn't take my family long to realize what a pet-friendly place Grand County is. And one of the first newspaper articles that I remember reading was about a fellow who described how proud he was to live in Grand County, where there's more dogs than there were ties. And it certainly is fun to live in a casual community where our pets can be a part of our workday as well as our home life. With pet ownership, sometimes comes problems or issues, and our guests today are a couple of people that help solve those issues in Grand County. And we have Mary Ann Kirstein from the Sheriff's Department in Grand County Animal Control. We have Mara Erlandson, who I know very well as a Century 21 broker, but also finds time to be a board member for a nonprofit organization, Grand County Pet Pals. So I'd like to start with you, Mary Ann, if you don't mind, and ask you just how long have you been with animal control?
I've been with animal control for over 7 years.
You must like that gig then.
I really do. I love working with the animals.
Are you the only animal control officer, and could you just tell us a little bit about what you do?
Yeah, there's actually two other animal control officers as well. Robin Stapleton, who works primarily at the shelter, taking care of the critters that are there. And then we've also got Rich Rotter, who patrols the roads as I do.
So when you patrol the roads, and I've seen you out there, and always driving safely, of course, but when you're out there, what are you doing? I mean,
well, either we're out there just for, patrolling certain neighborhoods that have had more problems with dogs running at large. We get a lot of calls at the shelter from neighbors who probably don't have dogs and they don't like their neighbors' dogs in their yard. Or we're out there dealing with a barking dog problem, stray cats, numerous issues. But all the calls come to the shelter, and then we go out and deal with them.
Does Grand County have a leash law?
Actually, there is no leash law, but you do have to be outside with your dog, and they have to be under verbal control. So if your dog you don't think is under verbal control, it's probably best to leash the animal.
So if you see a dog walking down a street in your neighborhood, you should see a human somewhere right
in
near
the vicinity.
It.
Yes, you definitely should. And the one thing we do, a couple of the ordinances for Grand County is that your dog has to be current on its rabies shot and actually have a current county tag, and both of those have to be displayed on the dog's collar.
Okay. Now, I guess only a veterinarian can give a rabies shot.
Correct.
And you get the rabies, the tag from the veterinarian. What about what was the other one?
It's called a county tag. Every year you need to renew it in January, and you can get that at the local shelter, which is in Granby, or you can get it at all of the vets in the county as well as the town halls.
Can you acquire them by mail?
Actually, we're not that high tech yet.
Okay. So are the veterinarians that you work with donating their time and services?
Actually, we have to pay for vet bills as everyone else does.
Okay, well, that can probably get expensive with as many animals as you deal with. And if I understand correctly, Mara, that's where Grand County Pet Pals and your organization comes in with help. Is that
Exactly.
Right?
Grand County Pet Pals works hand in hand with the shelter. And what we do is we do fundraisers to raise funds to spay and neuter all the animals that come through the shelter. Also, sometimes we have sick animals or injured animals in the shelter, and we'll help pay for that too.
Okay. Well, Charlie is a very handsome guy here on your lap. I've always wondered if he is a shelter success story. Is that correct?
He is an alumni of Grand County Animal Shelter.
All right.
And he was surrendered because his owner wasn't able to find a place to live where she was allowed to have dogs. So I went to the shelter and fostered him to help him learn to walk on a leash and, make him more adoptable. And he was adoptable. We ended up keeping him.
Did he come with that toupee, or?
He did. We walked down the street and he makes people smile.
He really does.
He's just really cute.
And he's a good boy at the office too. He comes by. And then we have another broker at the Century 21 office as well that that helps
Yes.
Grand County Pet Pals. Is that right?
Jill Childress works for our office, and she brings her dog Dodger to the office. He's well behaved. And what Jill does with Grand County Pet Pals is we get donations of used leashes and collars, and people give those to the shelter, and then Jill takes them and rehabs them. She uses all the clasps and makes new leashes and collars out of them, and then we sell them to make to raise funds, to help us with all of our bills.
Okay, well, I'd always wondered about that. I'd seen the leashes for sale, so they're being donated,
Right.
and that
Used-
helps you with fundraising.
Exactly. Grand County Pet Pals, that's our main goal, is to raise enough money so that we can help pay for all the spaying and neutering.
And how many animals do you think you helped last year?
We probably helped over 200 animals.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's a great success story.
It is. I want to thank you both for what you do and for spending some time with us today along with your pals. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. This is Dan Cheek with Century 21 and Channel 17 Mountain TV's Local Scoop signing off.